I've never ran hurdles in just regular tennis shoes. So let's just see what I can do and let's get this over with pretty much.
All right, we are here with Edom native and freshman at LeTourneau University, Madi Williams. Maddie, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I'm fantastic, but not quite as good as you because this past weekend at your very first collegiate track meet, you set a school record at LeTourneau with a 9.39 seconds in the 55-meter hurdles. So, first off, did you know that it was a school record when it happened? Did you know?
East Texas Sports Now is brought to you by East Texas Marketing Solutions. Next level digital advertising has arrived. Grow your business with advanced solutions from one of the largest digital agencies in the country. East Texas Marketing Solutions is a resource for utilizing and executing advanced multi-platform marketing strategies. Discover more at easttexasmarketingsolutions.com.
Not at all. It was about 10 minutes after I was just I think I was napping actually, and my team captain, who's my mentor, she actually called me and she was like, Maddie, you have a school record now. And that made my day. I was so excited.
That is awesome. And in your first collegiate meet too. So take me back to kind of before the meet, before you ran and all that. What were your thoughts as a freshman, your first, college track meet? What were your thoughts going through your head there?
Pretty much my thoughts were to survive. We were at McNeese, so it wasn't on a normal track surface that we ran. So it was kind of on a basketball court type surface. So we had to wear flats. So I was pretty much just like, okay, I've never ran hurdles in just regular tennis shoes. So let's just see what I can do and let's get this over with pretty much.
That's an interesting tidbit about that. Now, I wasn't aware of that. So they didn't have a normal track surface in there. You had to wear flats, not
Yes.
track spikes.
No, sir. Just regular old
Interesting.
tennis shoes. Yeah.
So as a hurdler, how different is that? Because I did track a long time ago, and I
Yeah.
was not good at hurdles. I was more of a just straight run, don't put obstacles in front of me. But I know that you need those steps and to get over the hurdle. So how different is that not having track spikes and doing it in tennis shoes?
I would definitely say it wasn't as aggressive, so you had to reach a little bit more to get to the hurdles. Other than that, it was pretty straight out the bat, pretty normal. Um, it just took a little bit more effort than what I was used to, but
Well, I mean, first meet, different surface, so completely different. You still go out there and set a school record. So that's
yeah.
awesome. But so what has it been like for you? Obviously a freshman at LeTourneau. What has it been like these first couple months here at LeTourneau and kind of getting used to the college life?
It's definitely been a lot of growing pains, I would say. Um, just between learning how to navigate college and just also on top of that being an athlete pretty much 4 times a week we practice and 3 times a week we lift, and on some of the other days besides Sundays we have something going on. So it was definitely a rude awakening and big adjustment for compared to just my homeschool life, and just kind of like the leisurely, no schedule, no plan type of lifestyle I was used to.
Well, it's yeah, and that is I can imagine that would be a little different, but there's like you said, there's always something going on a college
Yes.
campus, so you
Oh
can
yeah.
there's plenty to get involved in
Yes.
if you have the time. You mentioned your mentor earlier and how she has helped you. So tell me a little bit about that and how she's really helped you through this first year.
Well, my mentor is Tori Wilson. She's the captain for the women's track team. She's amazing. She has helped me so much. She's actually my training partner as well as Anna. She's another freshman teammate, but she also runs the hurdles and she's a multi-event. So we work really closely together. And she's just really helped me spiritually grow and just to navigate homework and everything in between practices and nutrition and everything like that. And she's also a kinesiology major as well, so it's even better. And we hang out a lot. We do Bible studies, and I'm just so blessed that I get to call her my mentor and a good friend and teammate.
Yeah, that helps when you have somebody there that can kind of show you the ropes and get you going there. I want to go back to high school. You were a TAIAO state champion in the 300
Mhm.
meter hurdles and the 100-meter hurdles. So, talk to me about that, about competing. Obviously, competing in homeschool is a little different than the UIL and going to public schools and all that. So, tell me a
Yeah.
little bit about that process and how it was competing in high school.
Yeah, so Teo, pretty much all of high school, I went against small private schools, some larger public schools as well. But it was it was definitely interesting, and really enjoyed it. And I'm so blessed that I was actually able to even do sports as a homeschool athlete. And just I would say probably the difference between Teo and all the other different kind of I don't even know what you'd call them, regions,
Conferences. Yeah.
conferences, all of that, is just kind of like the competition. I will say, like, it's definitely competitive, but not like these huge East Texas schools where they're working out every single day. But yeah, if that answers your
Yeah,
question.
no, it does, and it's a good point you brought up too. Like, what was your training like? Because it's not like, oh, I don't know this for sure, so I'm asking you, but I don't
Yeah.
know if you had like a coach or something that was helping. But what was the training like at home?
So I ran for Tyler Heat. Shout out to them. I love Tyler Heat. They're amazing. But we pretty much had practices 3 times a week, and it was kind of mandatory to go to two at least. So I remember um, when I joined sophomore year, sophomore and junior year, I could only go to two. So we had no lifts that were coordinated by the team, just running practices, just technical work and all that. So you had to lift on your own. And pretty much we had teammates come in at normally at like a different high school's track, or at like I think we practiced at a park one time in Tyler. And that was pretty much it. We kind of just rednecked it a lot, and it really worked because we were the most competitive in our conference, and the girls team won a good amount,
Well,
I
you,
will
you, you
say.
got to add that in, right? You got to make
Yes,
sure
yes.
people are aware that the girls' team dominated is what is
Yes,
the
yeah.
headline there.
We were pretty good.
That I think to me that speaks a lot of to the discipline, right? Like there's a lot
Yeah.
of discipline, self-discipline that you have to do to go out there and motivate yourself to get out there and practice, as opposed to maybe a public school where you have an athletic period that is designated to practicing for that. So I think that takes a lot of discipline. That's awesome. So, a couple more questions. Tell me about your time growing up in Edom. Obviously, we talked about the training and all that, but off the track and kind of outside and in your free time, what was growing up in Edom like?
Well, I was outside a lot. My parents, when they're not doing their trade, they were organic farmers. So I was actually just a little farm girl running around eating dirt and just doing whatever outside. And so I was super active. And we kind of moved around a little bit, and we ultimately moved back to Edom. And pretty much off the track, I I literally was just always outside. So,
Well, and that help. I mean, I know you're doing indoor meets now, but it helps,
mhm.
running around
Oh
and
yeah,
doing
for
all that.
sure.
So before I let you go, talk to me about this weekend. Y'all are headed down to Houston for another track meet there. What are I mean, setting a school record and winning in your first meet, it's hard to go up from there, right? But what are your expectations kind of for the rest of the year?
Well, my expectations, I really want, especially indoor, I want to, for the 60-meter hurdles, not the 55, which we will do at Houston, I really want to reach for, again, that school record, because why not? But pretty much my goal for the 60-meter is to keep up with Tori. And kind of for the rest of indoor, kind of just see how indoor goes. I've never ran indoor. We didn't have that for Tyler Heat. So just kind of seeing how this indoor meets go. But for expectations for outdoor, I really want to kind of go into 400 hurdles and the 100 hurdles and just pretty much just see how far I can get and how good I can get. Just because, freshman year is just a year of just all new things and just really see what the Lord has for it and not allow the devil to really come in and just try to knock my identity out of the way. Because at the end of the day, winning doesn't matter and all glory goes to the Lord and all that.
I love that. I love that. Now, last thing, has there been any trash talk between you and Tori? Because you talked about keeping up with her in the 60. So now that you just set a school record, are you telling her, hey, I'm coming for you in the 60 now?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We have a lot of playful banter all the time. She says that, it'll be really funny whenever she'll probably break the record and then I'll break the record and all the jokes and all that.
So you're just gonna keep trading it back and forth the rest
Oh
of the
yeah.
year.
Oh, for sure.
That'll work. That'll work. Well, Maddie, thank you so much for taking the time and talking to us this morning, and best of luck throughout the rest of the year. And I'm sure we'll talk to you down the road.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
East Texas Sports Now is brought to you by East Texas Marketing Solutions. Next level digital advertising has arrived. Grow your business with advanced solutions from one of the largest digital agencies in the country. East Texas Marketing Solutions is a resource for utilizing and executing advanced multi-platform marketing strategies. Discover more at easttexasmarketingsolutions.com. The NFL season officially came to an end on Sunday with the final game of the year in Santa Clara, California. The Seattle Seahawks beat the New England Patriots 29-13 to win Seattle's second world championship. Now, for casual ball watchers and even some NFL fans, this game on Sunday was boring. It was a defensive masterclass by Seattle, and sometimes that can make games boring when a defense is as dominant as the Seahawks were. Now, me personally, I loved it. I love watching a defense dominate like that. The first touchdown of the game wasn't scored until the fourth quarter. Seattle kicked 3 field goals in the first half for a 9-0 lead at halftime, then added another field goal in the third to make it 12-0, and then finally, early in the fourth quarter, Sam Darnold hit A.J. Barner for a 16-yard touchdown to put Seattle up 19-0. New England did show a little life with Drake May firing a 35-yard touchdown pass to Mac Hollins, but another field goal by Seattle, then a pick six put this game out of reach. Kenneth Walker was named the game's MVP after rushing for 135 yards. Congratulations to Seattle. Congrats to Sam Darnold and head coach Mike Macdonald. Now we just have over 200 days till the new NFL season begins. Pitchers and catchers are reporting to camp beginning on Tuesday, and this is the official start date to the 2026 MLB season, in my opinion. Every team has the hope of hoisting the World Series trophy at the end of the year. Will it be the Dodgers completing a three-peat, or will a new contender rise and knock LA from the championship spot? We'll have to see. But I wanted to look at some East Texas storylines as we head into the MLB season. First, we have the same face in a new place. Central Heights' Grayson Rodriguez was traded this offseason from the Baltimore Orioles to the Los Angeles Angels. Rodriguez did not pitch in the majors last year due to injury, so hopefully he can stay healthy this year because when healthy, Rodriguez is one of the best pitchers in the game. Hallsville's Justin Slayton returns to Boston for another season with the Red Sox. Slayton pitched 34 innings last year with a 4.24 ERA. He also picked up 3 saves while striking out 24 45 and walking 10. Brook Hill's A.J. Minter re-upped with the New York Mets last season after spending 8 years in Atlanta. Minter battled injuries last year and only pitched in 11 innings last year with the Mets for a 1.64 ERA. Now the Mets should be good this year, and A.J. Minter could be a key piece in the bullpen. Now Mount Pleasant's Michael Kopech is currently a free agent. Kopech was traded from the worst team in the league in 2024, the Chicago White Sox, to the World Series champion Dodgers. He spent the better half of 2024 in LA and all of last season. Last season, though, he only pitched in 11 innings because he was battling injuries with a 2.45 ERA. He may not be on a team now, but I have no doubt that Kopech will land on a team before the season starts. One other name to keep an eye on is Bullard's Hagen Smith. Hagen was drafted 5th overall by the White Sox a year ago, and he may not start the season with the big league team, but I think we see him in the majors at some point this season. Now, as for the Rangers and Astros, let's start with the Texas Rangers. They got rid of Bruce Bochy this offseason and brought in Skip Shoemaker as the new manager. Texas will be without cornerstone players that helped them win the World Series in 2023, like Marcus Semien and Adolis Garcia. Now, the Rangers brought in Brandon Nimmo, Danny Jansen, and Mackenzie Gore, plus a slew of bullpen arms, so look for Texas to make a push to return to the postseason. And when you look at the Astros, the first question is, who fills out the rotation? The Stros added pitching this offseason after 3 starters last year had Tommy John surgery. The club added Nate Pearson, Ryan Weiss, Mike Burrows, and Japanese star Tetsuya Imai. The Astros still have the bats of Altuve, Correa, Alvarez, and others, so look for Houston to be a problem once again, especially if the pitching staff can stay healthy. Now, it should be a fun season, but let me know in the comments below, do the Dodgers win it all again, or does someone new take it all this year? Thanks for joining us on East Texas Sports Now. We'll catch you next time.